I was impressed like everyone when man began to fly out of earthly regions to planets in the sky. With total media coverage, we watched the heroes land as ceremoniously they disturbed the cosmic sand. In awe with admiration, we listened to the talk. Such pride felt they, such joy to be upon the moon to walk. My romantic vision shattered when it was explained to me spacemen wear old diapers in which they shit and pee. Oh, the intergalactic laxative will get you from here to there, relieve you and believe me without a worry or care. If shitting is your problem when you're out there in the stars, oh, the intergalactic laxative will get you from here to Mars. They don't partake like you and I of beefy burger mush. Their food is specially prepared to dissolve into slush, absorbed by multi-fibers in the super diaper suit. Otherwise the slush would trickle down inside the boot. Oh, the intergalactic laxative will get you from here to there, relieve you and believe me without a worry or care. If shitting is your problem.
So you can imagine on deck late at night walking along any sort of decks on the surface of the boat just act like a roller that you can trip on. This is especially so with the rope along the deck. I found that the rope that you clip onto along the deck, being a rope, just makes it you lose footing quite easily on it. So I have this stuff. This is a flat pull cord, but it's only rated at like 600 kilo pull strength. Usually they're up around 15, I think it is, for a deck line. Because all the force when you fall over the side and it suddenly goes bang on a point. A lot of force goes into that point. Anyway, I've got 3 lengths of this, the length of the side of the boat basically, and plaited it together, which was a lot of fun, the sort of thing you do when it's weather like this. Can't quite see the rocking at the moment. Oh, there we go. I'm spinning around a little bit on anchor, Cockle Creek, so plaiting this sort of stuff into long lengths of this stuff. Now, I figure plaiting it together will make it about close to 3 times as strong. The other good thing about it is it will have just the natural, because it's a plait, will have that natural shock absorption. And anyway, I've plaited more than necessary. And you can hear that weather coming in. The slow hissing is me slow cooking out in the kitchen. Now the way I've joined these ends together, which I think will make it quite strong. So I've plaited these in as well. Wait a minute. Just need to So it's almost like a double plait. Well, so about this point, I just have them all ending up on the one side, so I'll just keep plaiting, doing the next plait. I have them all end up on the one side. What that does is it seems to taper it nicely. I believe that would actually hold in itself, but just to make sure, get some wax cotton. Add some lubricant. Just a clove hitch on here. One should always avoid the word just. Just going to do a clove hitch with a turn. This is a fine example. So that's a clove hitch with a turn. There's no way that's going to come undone. Just a slip knot into there. And then enter on one side nearly sort of 2/3 to the edge. Come back in. Make sure when I come back through, this has got a twist in it. So I've come down, gone back through, there's a twist in the rope or the cord I haven't pulled through. I go through that loop and I pull that tight. I go through, leaving a loop, but I don't pull tight. I come back through, twist in that loop. Pull tight. I figure that means each loop, individual loop, each individual stitch acts a bit like a knot that way. The other part about doing a sort of cinch knot each time, each one of these stitches becomes a knot in itself, so I can just leave it like that for the moment. I don't have to worry about the tension. And I just didn't cut myself enough thread. So at this point I just put a sheet bend in the thread as close as I can to the last stitch.
Spotlight looks like a prison break, 'cause the telephone's out of cigarettes, and the balcony's on wake, and the piano has been drinking. The piano has been drinking.
Just heat up my drink a little bit. Oh, that's a bit of a wave.
And showed up with his mother. And the piano has been drinking.
Go back there.
As the bouncer is a sumo wrestler, cream puff Casper milk toast. And the owner is a mental midget.
I'm no seamstress. I've never been taught. All that I'm doing is being picked up from the years of what works and doesn't, and occasional YouTube vid. Like I said, I've never been taught, never had actual instruction. Don't follow me. One thing I do know though is I never stop. Like here's where the work is, so I never stop at the last stitches here. I always come back into middle ground, so there's no pressure on the knot for the last stitches. These stitches are quite far apart because it's actually the weave that's holding this loop together more than the stitches. The stitches are just actually back up. Okay, time to do a knot. So for the last couple of knots, I go through as I have been, keeping the loop this side. So that just came up this side, went over and down. Come back through near the one that came up first. So this came up, this side went up, over and down. I come back up near the one that came up first, just with the point. And as the point comes out, I wrap it with the one that came up first. Five times. And I push the needle through all of that. Which can take a little bit of work. Pull the needle off, it's okay. And that becomes the first knot. And the second knot. And it's the same. Right next to the first one, do the same thing. Push that down, make it short, bed through. End up with two knots working on each other. That should not come apart. So there's about 10 metres of this down the side, or 9 or so metres, because it doesn't go all the way along the boat, it goes the majority of the boat. And that will lie flat most of the time, or just loose flat. When you tread on it, it should go flat rather than, when you tread on something like that and it's round, off you go. Whereas this will have a bit more. So hopefully that will be better. This this of course will have a soft shackle to either a cleat at the end, one end, and a stanchion at the other. Might even be, the soft shackle might even be looped through. One thing about when you're looping a shackle through, I've found, is keep the knot at the next to the eyelet, wherever it's going through, keep the knot right there. If you do need to go through, because to reduce wear or just to reduce size of shackle, milk the shackle closed as you go around and go through again. This might even be around and through both. But either way, pick up all the all the slack in here and get it through before you pull it tight. And have the knot near the solid end. That way you've got enough here to milk this closed, which is really important. You've got to milk it closed every time. That won't come off. There are sometimes you can't use shackles. One of those examples is the another thing I did tonight. On harnesses, and the belts from harnesses, they have these things. And this is running along the deck. It can't be a soft shackle at this point. This needs to be... I don't particularly like these ones though. These ones require a lot of work just to open them up. And the idea of that is they can't be accidentally opened up again. Like say you're falling over the side of the boat and you hit a safety wire. If it didn't have this, it can open up and hook something or release the rope. So it's like a locking mechanism. I have a real problem with that. The amount of times I've been on deck and you have to do something like move into a position you didn't expect to be in, or the actual this lead has got caught on something, so you have to actually unclip, clip to something else, and then clip back on. And so you're holding on with one hand and you're trying to do this with one hand and get it off whatever it's on. And you know, you may be trying to get back to the tiller or something like that, and that is just horrible. I'd much rather risk the accidental catching on something and not being locked, but having the ability to go unclip, reclip on something else. So that, and because if you have a look at the edges of this, that's a pretty sharp edge to be, you know, that's wearing on something. I don't like how sharp it is. Whereas this, it's nice and round. You're not going to cut a piece of anything with that. That's just not going to happen. Whereas this sort of worries me. I think after a bit of time, or with a real lot of force, that's not the best. Plus, if you want to get that off and out of there, I'm trying to just to do it with one hand, and it's hard. Same thing happens with this one with one hand, but there's not holding other bits. So that one I've cut out. This one had one on each end. And this one's okay at one end because it's just reacting to steel. You know, it clips onto your harness. So, you know, if got your harness on, and this comes in, clips to both. That's fine. Having, wrong one. Take 2, clips to both. Way. Anchor's holding. Now having that locking thing on and the thin metal on metal is fine. Now this one's locked on, that's fine. As long as you can get to the other end, and the other ends are easy to, pull yourself to unclip from something. Oh, clinking the glass. Now with this one, the last one I did just sewed then, that was held by the weave itself like a splice. So the actual weave, the plait's holding it. So the stitching is more just a holding it in place and making sure. This one you can see that they've sewn quite dramatically because all that's holding it is the stitching. So I've done the same thing here, where I've come through, gone through the material, come back through the material, put a twist in it, then put the needle. So each stitch is a knot, but the stitches here are only this far apart, and each stitch is a knot. And again, working my way up from the end and then coming back in to finish off.